Hello, good afternoon, and it's another edition of Music Business Intelligence. It's another edition of Music Business Intelligence, and just as usual, I'm going to tell you what Music Business Intelligence is all about. So you're welcome to Music Business Intelligence. Music Business Intelligence is a forum whereby you get educated on how to maximize your potentials in music business in a godly and in a professional manner. And this program is powered by Woodclef. By Woodclef. I'm happy to be your host. My name is Kayode Olusoji. And what's Woodclef all about? Woodclef is a kingdom-based musical outfit, and it's positioned to expand the frontiers of gospel music by creating multiple platforms through which through which gospel artists can reach the church and the world with the word of God in a unique style. And we engage a collection of original contemporary ideas to build gospel artists and other music business professionals into international brands so that they can minister cross-culturally, and build lasting connections that will propel their brands. And so today, we're going to be bringing Tosin Bee. Tosin Bee, is going to be in the house today. And our vision in Woodclef is to promote gospel music and music business professionals by providing musical products and services through our innovative and educative programs and ideas that are vital to society's quality of life in a professional and godly manner, while aspiring to be the company of choice for such products and services. So today we are going to be considering how to manage a band, and the person that we're going to be bringing up right now is Tosin Bee. Who is Tosin Bee? Tosin Bee is one of the rising gospel music artists, in Nigeria, and Tosin Bee, his music prowess dates back to his grandfather, Samuel Adejumobi, who was known to be a very good singer, a rare blend of simplicity, humility, dexterity, integrity, all fused together, makes this man called Tosin Bee. Tosin Bee, as a first, step, Tosin joined The Roots. The Roots is a three-man music band which consisted of himself, Rumide, and Sam. And they rocked the town and traveled through the western states of the country to bless, that's Nigeria, when I say the country, to bless the people with a new style of music ministration. However, at the stage, the group disbanded due to individual career pursuits. It was here that Tosin decided to forge on and make a career out of music. So the word of God is his main source that drives him on to greater heights. And this kept him going in spite of challenges. So Tosin's sonorous voice continues to captivate his listening audience. I've been on his administration to once. Yeah, and I know Tosin Bee is actually highly talented. So it captivates the listening audience unequivocally. His unique class of gospel music largely consists of that of R&B, Fuji, jazz, I just wonder how this guy tried to always manage to combine all these styles together, and he's doing everything proficiently, very good. And his band very tight as well. So we just want to, have a sneak preview to what he's doing, you understand? So that others can also learn from him. He's doing very well in the industry. And even he released a song, You Are God. That song is wow, and it's traveling far and near. Now see that song, they sing it here in Canada and in some other, part of the world. Very good song. And Tosin Bee has not stopped at just releasing a single, but has also been a blessing to churches and ministries in Africa and beyond. He has also shared the stage with the likes of Don Moen, Byron Cage, Kim Bure, Jonathan Nelson, Kurt Carr, Sonny Badu, Uche Agu, King Sonny Ade, Dr. Evangelist Obey, Ebenezer Obey, Nathaniel Bassi, Jelma Jesus, Tope Alabi, Sami Oposo, Tim Godfrey, just to mention but a few. So I'm going to be bringing this man up stage, and I believe is going to be a great blessing to you. That's the man, Tosin Bee. He sang this song, You Are God. I'm going to play the song right now, as we bring Tosin up right away, to speak to us on today's topic. So just a minute. Yeah, just a minute. My Tosin Bee. So we're going to be bringing him upstage very soon. Sorry, I said upstage. Sorry, I'm used to those terms because I'm a gospel artist. We are bringing him to this platform, the Woodclef platform, to join us soon, and he's going to be talking to us on how he has been managing his band over the years, and we want to learn from his word of experience. So, Tosin Bee, you are well. As we sing, it's one of his songs, You Are God. Just a minute. Oh, a round of applause for Tosin Bee.
Thank you so much, sir.
In the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How are you?
Finally,
How have you been?
I'm very well, sir. Very well, sir. We
Oh,
thank
that's
God.
good.
God has
It's
been
nice to have you on this platform. We are very proud of you. We see everything you're doing. We see the
Thank you.
exploit
Thank you,
that
sir.
you're doing for Christ, and we just
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
you. We see that God is using you powerfully, and I just want to
Bless
say,
God, sir.
the sky is not your limit. If there's any, ever, God is even your limit.
Amen.
The height that
Amen.
God can
Amen. Amen.
take people to is the height that God will take you to. I pray that God will
Yes,
take you
sir.
higher
Yes,
and
sir.
higher in Jesus' name. So I want to
Amen.
play your
Amen.
song,
Okay.
just a minute, just a minute.
Yes, sir.
You Are God, very powerful song.
Yes, sir.
Like I
Yes, sir.
said,
Thank you, sir.
that song, as we've sung it several times. I've seen many churches that I've been to here in Canada,
We
You Are
bless God.
God.
We bless
In
God,
fact,
sir.
the first time I heard it, I didn't know who sang it. I had to go, who sang this song? You understand? I realized that it's Tosin Bee. Wow. That's great. That's great. That's great.
We bless God,
You
sir.
Are
We bless
God.
God,
Very,
sir.
very powerful song. And I realized that you have been able to combine, both Western style and the traditional style.
Yeah,
It's a unique thing, and
that's
you're
right, sir.
doing both. You're doing all. You're doing it,
That's right, sir.
professionally and proficiently. That's
Yes, sir.
really great. That's really
Yes,
great.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
let's do this
Thank you, sir.
song. I just will listen to You Are God right now. Woo. So you can just give Tosin Bee a round of applause. You are not
You
just
are not
big,
just
God.
big.
You are not just
You are not
large,
just
God.
large. You
You are a great
are a great
God.
God.
You are
You
God.
are God.
You are not just big, God. You are not just large, God. You are a great
You are a great
God.
God.
You are big, 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 big,
Big,
big.
big, big,
Large, large,
like,
large,
like,
large,
yeah,
large,
yeah, like. Great, 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 great. You are a great God. Large. Great, 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 great,
You
great.
are a great
You are a
God.
great God. I see His glory everywhere that I go. I see. You are a great God.
You are not
You
just
are not
big,
just bigger.
you are not
You
just
are not just
larger,
larger.
you are a great
You are a great
God.
God.
You are
You are
God.
God.
You are not just
You are
big,
not bigger.
you are not just
You are not
larger,
larger.
you are a
You
great
are a
God.
great God. Great, 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 great. You are a great God. Beep, 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 beep. Black, 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 black. Great, 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 great. You are a great God. Yeah. Put your hands in the air.
Put your hands up in the air.
Yeah.
Put your hands up in
Put
the
your
air.
hands up in the air.
Put your hands up in the air.
Hands up in the air. Hey, there's something in the air. There's something in the air.
Something in the air.
There's something in the air.
Something in the air.
There's something in
Listen in the air.
the air. The sin in the air. The sin in the air.
In the
The
air.
sin in the air.
In the air.
The sin in the air. In the air. Jesus. Put your hands up in the air. Wow.
Combination of so many. Oh, wow, wow, wow. That's Tosin Bee. Give Tosin Bee a lot of applause.
Thank
And
you.
just,
Thank you, sir.
thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much, sir.
Thank you so much
Thank you,
for
sir.
joining us.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you,
thank you
sir.
for honoring our invitation. We are really very, happy and we are very glad. So we have a
The
couple of
pleasure is mine,
questions
sir.
for you, especially in
Yes,
regards
sir.
to today's topic. But before we go into today's topic, I just want
Yes,
to
sir.
ask, how long have you been in the music industry?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't like to sound like every other person will sound. They will say they started from their mother's womb. But really, I didn't start from my mother's womb. But I remember starting from Ilorin, back then. That was after my A levels. You understand? I moved from Ogumosho to Ilorin for my A levels.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
the call came in. Sorry for that. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So yes, sir. So after my A levels, then I joined a choir. That's my church choir, and then I joined a team then too that we're always going around the town in Lorraine. Then like like a like an interdenominational choir. We just go around ministering to churches and people. But then let me say I started properly as a music minister in the year 2012, 13.
Okay.
You understand? Of course, I've been doing ministry way before then, but okay, now taking it like, okay, this is what I'm into. So I started in the year 2012 stroke 2013, and then here we are today.
Oh, glory to Jesus. That's really good.
Hallelujah.
That's really good.
Yes,
So
sir.
my
Yes,
next
sir.
question will be that, well, I realize that you can sing proficiently various styles of
Yes, sir.
music. You do R&B,
Yes, sir.
then from
Yes, sir.
R&B, you go to hip Fuji. From that,
By
you
God's
do
grace.
jazz. Later, we see you doing
Yes,
a
sir.
wee too. And this is like something that is very rare. You understand in the industry. You realize that most people that
Yes, sir.
could sing traditional well cannot do maybe the R&B properly. So
Yes, sir.
what
Yes, sir.
I just want to know what inspires you to bring all these styles of music, and how are you able to perfect everything and do it professionally?
Okay, so I believe that it's more of an innate thing, and I want to ascribe everything, all the glory to God for it. Um, I had to actually work on myself really because I just felt that uh, if I call myself a music minister or a musician, let me put it that way, I should be able to delve into any genre anytime I'm called upon to do something. I shouldn't be limited, you understand? Even if I can't, be so deep into everything, you understand? I should be able to at least do a bit of everything, do you understand? So I had to work on myself and, for any time I see anything new that maybe someone is doing, I try to, say, okay, how did you do that? Okay, let me learn from you. So I try to pick from this, from that person, from this person. So then decided to work on myself too, and that's just it. So I can commonly sing R&B, I can sing Fuji, like God's grace, I can just almost every genre I
But
can, by God's
the
grace. But
Fuji,
it's more of a
Fuji has a lot of It has a lot of style. I could see you. You will switch to
Yeah,
this style today. Tomorrow you do another style. And then
exactly.
you can.
It's a deliberate effort. Actually, it's a deliberate effort. I just don't like to be found wanting. Like, okay, I know we can't do this. I don't like to be boxed. You
Okay.
understand? I like to, when people see me, that guy, okay, I call him. You can do R&B. You can do this. So that's where I like to be seen. Yeah.
That's very good. Okay, so my
Yes,
next
sir.
question for you, now we are now trying to go into today's topic, which is how to
Yes, sir.
manage a band. Because
Yes, sir.
I've seen you several times perform, and at times you can be a very good singer. You understand?
Yes,
We
sir.
don't have a tight band, and it's
Mm-hmm.
possible. And if if you don't have a tight band, it's going to rub off on your administration. But I've
That's
seen
right,
you
sir.
perform
Very
with
right.
a band, and I realize that those bands are tight too. You understand? And I know
Thank you,
that
sir.
you guys
Thank you, sir.
must have been putting a lot of effort. You understand, to keep the
That's
band.
right, sir.
And that's why you just want to, like this program is to educate others and for us to learn, from each other and to see what we can do to make, the gospel music better, or the industry. So it's not limited to
Mm-hmm.
artists, professionals here and there. We learn from each other.
Mm-hmm.
If say producer, like
Mm-hmm.
we brought the likes of Wale One, K-Stick,
Yes, sir.
Edward
Yes, sir.
Sunday, we brought Akin Alabi, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Different
Yes, sir.
professionals in the industry with different topics.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
what we would just want to know, one, the question I want to ask is that what are the characteristics you look out for in a potential band
Okay.
member?
Okay. So for me, I like, first of all, once I spot that talent, when I see that, okay, this person can sing. Another thing my people know me very well. One thing I always check out in people is beyond being able to sing, you understand? Uh, I want that kind of person that is dedicated
Okay.
and is passionate. Do you understand? I want someone that is passionate and dedicated, such
Okay.
that even if you are not the type that can sing all the styles in this world, or you can run all the skills in this world, you understand? If you're dedicated and you are passionate about it,
Yeah.
with time, by the time we rub minds together and we work together, you would learn how to do all these things properly. You understand? So for me, it's okay if you can sing very well. In fact, as a matter of fact, when I want to pick people, I like to go for people that can actually do it better than I can. Do you understand? So,
Okay.
for everyone in my team, I can almost say that they can actually maybe deliver better than I would do. Do you
Mm.
understand? So, and this is one thing I try to look out for. So these are guys that I can hand over the microphone to, and I can go and sleep. I'm rest
Okay.
assured they will deliver. Do you understand? So, but beyond all this, I need someone that is passionate about this. It's not just about, okay, let's go and make some money, but this is your passion. This is something, whether money comes or not, this is something you want to do. You
Yeah.
understand? And you are dedicated to it too. You're dedicated. So beyond us just coming together for our own rehearsals, you're being dedicated would make you go back home and still work on yourself too,
Yeah.
personally. So
Yeah.
that for every time we come together, you understand, you have something new you're bringing to the table.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So
Yeah.
these are the things I look out for in people, and I need someone that is extremely creative. Like you said earlier,
Yeah.
beyond I can practically delve on almost every genre of music by God's grace. I can sing Akpala, I can sing Fuji, I can sing R&B, every style. So I need someone that if maybe I start with R&B now, you understand, and suddenly in the course of the ministry or something, I'm led to switch to Akpala. I need someone that is very, very creative enough to switch to
Okay.
that too. You understand? So if I'm picking anybody to join the band, that means you've got to be creative, you've got to be talented, but most importantly, you have to be really passionate and dedicated.
Mm.
It's very important for me.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
So now my next question is that
Yes, sir.
well, I said, yeah, what are the factors, you understand, that contributed to the
Mhm.
success of your band? There are so many factors that contribute to the success of a band. So
Yes,
what are
sir.
the factors that you can say, oh, these are the factors that, contribute to the success of my band?
Okay, so like I said earlier, sir, it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot goes into this. You understand?
I know.
Sometimes we just see us come out there and they see us deliver something and they're like, "Wow, this is beautiful," but a lot has gone, underneath. You understand? So it's a level of dedication. um, Sometimes I call these guys, okay, let's come together, let's have some rehearsals. We recreate, okay, a known song, how can we give it a different interpretation? Okay, what can we do that is new, you understand, away from the regular? Do you understand? So it takes a lot of dedication and passion. So these two things are the major factors that has really helped in shaping the band and sustaining the band.
Okay.
And of course, I have a team that even if when I feel like, okay, I'm getting lazy, they are ready to work. You understand? So even if their boss or their guy is saying, okay, I think we should relax, they are ready to work. Do you
Okay.
understand? Hey, Abala Olubenjo. So when you have a team like that,
Yeah.
you as the Oga cannot afford to be lazy. You understand?
Yeah.
Because they are always putting you, on your toes. You understand? So you must be ready to bring something to the table. You understand? And these are guys that, as the Oga, they are doing their own research. They are working out. They are rehearsing on their own. They are learning new stuff on their own. So on your own too, as a boss, you must always come out fresh.
Yeah.
When you call for rehearsal, you must have something fresh that you're bringing to the table. You understand? So that will take you, going through research. That will take you, taking your time to create and recreate before you take it to the team. And because when you take it there, there will be a lot of criticisms going on. They can tell you, this one is not nice, this one is not good. You understand? So it's with all these things, you understand, you can't afford not to be dedicated to your craft and be passionate about it. And it has really helped us in shaping and helping the band to this stage. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's interesting. If I may ask you, like how many times do you rehearse? You rehearse weekly, and how long? What's the longevity of your rehearsal? Do you rehearse weekly, bi-weekly, or more than once in a week? Or how do you go about it? Because people need to know, because at times they just see people delivering out there, but they don't know
Yeah.
the sacrifice that has gone into this. So
The truth is that this is what I'm about to say.
yeah,
I'm not saying that this is the only way it works. You understand? What works for me may not work for someone else.
yeah,
You understand? The truth is that it's not like we rehearse all the time, like every week we meet to rehearse. No.
okay,
But when we call for rehearsal, we know that we mean business. You understand? We can spend the next 7 hours, 8 hours just rehearsing. You understand? But after that, we may not meet again for rehearsal, for a serious rehearsal for the next maybe 1 or 2 months. We may not meet again. Do you
wow,
understand? But when we meet for a rehearsal, we are so into it that we can spend the next 7, 8 hours, just creating and what have you. So that's the way it works for us. Now, I'm not really now the place of having regular rehearsals.
yeah,
The more you rehearse, the better you get at your craft.
yeah,
Do you understand? So if you have the ability and the capacity for rehearsal even every day, you understand, there's nothing wrong in that. You can have a rehearsal as many times as you want. But please, sorry, I want to open the door for someone
okay.
downstairs. Just yeah, but we can still continue, sir.
Okay. So, but if you have like ministration now, for instance, do you
Yes,
now
sir.
have like special rehearsal? You understand? You're going to perform somewhere. Do you normally have like a special rehearsal, for such, or how do you go about it?
Yeah, sometimes if there's a need for us, for instance, maybe we're going to a place where, okay, it's a new terrain, you understand, and we don't want to go and do what we've always done, you understand. We can just meet briefly, and maybe out of some of the things that we rehearsed in the past. Sorry, just 1 minute, sorry. Can you come back in like 30 minutes? Yeah, sorry. You can just open the door. I won't lock it. Sorry, sir. I'm so sorry about that.
No problem.
Yes, sir. So what we do is that we can just meet briefly. For instance, maybe we're going to maybe like a Port Harcourt now. You understand? And of course, you expect a level of some aria or some their style of music. You understand?
Yeah.
Of course, we rehearse all these things when we go for our rehearsals, but maybe we don't get to do them regularly. So when we are going to an area like that, you can just meet briefly and just, brush our mind again, try to recollect some of the things that we've rehearsed in the past, you understand, so that we'll come out fresh, away from what they've probably always seen us, do. So that's just it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. So my
Yes,
next
sir.
question now for you is, I know that every band, has a very clear vision for what, to accomplish.
Yes, sir.
So when you started this band, what's your vision for your band? Then tell me too, how long have you started the band? Did you start immediately? You venture professionally into the ministry? What are the challenges that you face, and then what are your vision for the band?
Okay, so let me just share a little story. So I came into Lagos and after my university days, and I came with absolutely nothing because I don't have anybody in Lagos, no family member, nothing. You understand?
Okay.
So, and when I came in, I was sleeping in a church for some time, and before one of my friends just took me into their house and blah blah blah. So while staying in the church, I had some of my friends that I asked that okay, we can start up something, um, and that should be in the year 2000 and
Okay.
hello.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm hearing you.
2009 rather,
Okay.
2009 rather. So, we started a band together, and but because they couldn't cope with some of the challenges we were facing then, sometimes you go for ministrations, and all you get is a handshake or bones or puff puff and all these stuff. You understand? They just felt, man, this is not something they want to do. So they they had to leave me. I think then we're like 10 or 11, and the maximum, honorarium we ever got then was 2,000 naira, and these are grown-up men, and so it was challenging for them, so they had to leave me. So along the line, I was doing my solo thing. There were times I'll go for programs, I would go and minister with a soundtrack and what have you.
Yeah.
But gradually, people just started coming. I like what you do. I like to join your band. Blah blah blah. So gradually, the band came into a new band came into form, and uh, I think that should be. I started a proper band again in the year 2011 or thereabout.
Okay.
Yeah, and ever since then, we've been together ever since then.
Wow,
Ever since
that's
then.
that's
Yes,
quite
sir.
long. That's like
Yes, sir.
9 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So my next question will be, yeah, okay. You've not answered one of the questions about the
Okay,
vision.
what's that, sir?
Yeah, about the
Okay, so
vision that you have for the band. Yeah.
okay, okay. I remember then because we learn and we grow every day. You understand? So back then, the what I always tell my guys was, I want to be the best. You
Okay.
understand? So of course it's ministry. You understand? But then I had this part of me that just want to be a reference point. Like okay, check out Tosin, check out Tosin Bee, check out. You understand? So that was the drive. You understand? Fine. When we go out to minister. It's not a competition, and whatever. But I just want, even while it is still ministry, I still want to be seen as, man. You want the best kind of music. You understand? That's just pick to Simbi. You understand? So, of course, that was it then. But later, that I got a proper understanding of what I'm into. That it is not a competition. It is not about who does it best or who does it better or something. At the end of the day, we are all a part of God's body, and we are all on an
We
assignment.
are
You
all
understand?
complementing each other. We are not competing, but
Exactly.
complementing.
Exactly. We're not. Exactly. So So the vision now, became okay, just being a catalyst of an unadulterated, worship. You understand? Just want to be uh, that guy that okay, when we go out there, we minister and people get blessed, and when people talk about us, it's not just about being the best band; it's about a band that makes impact. You understand? So that became the whole idea for me. It's not about being the best at maybe R&B or whatever. You understand? But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, are you making impact? So that has always been the driving force for me. You understand? And of course, I still want to be a reference point. So in making impact, I still try to tell my guys that whatever you are doing, even our God believes in excellence. So
Yeah.
you have to deliver it excellently. You understand? So, and that has always been a driving force for me.
Wow. That's
Yes, sir.
so good. I'm getting a lot of points from you. That's interesting.
Thank
That's
you, sir.
interesting. So my
Yes, sir.
next question would be, I know every band has an audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what audience are you trying to reach with your band? I know this is a very technical way. Once you see people, they tell you that, look, let people know you for, okay, if you are doing R&B, you understand, you are trying to reach R&B audience. If you are doing Akpala or this, you understand, this is the audience you're trying to reach. Some of the specialized just do reggae. Even though, yeah, I
Yes,
think
sir.
I've seen a lot of gospel artists switching these days. They start,
Yes, sir.
I won't mention it, so I've seen some people that started with rock, but now,
Yes, sir. They are speaking. Uh, I understand actually. There are a lot of factors that can actually cause people to switch. You understand, especially because of the nature of the terrain we are in. You understand, Nigeria, Africa as a whole. Africa generally we like, a music that we can move our body to, just dance and what have you. So if you are not doing that kind of music,
Yeah.
you may be struggling to appeal to people. You understand? So that's why sometimes people want to just switch and just do something. So it takes a lot of determination and knowing what you've been called into to stay put. That okay, no, for me, it is rock. Do you understand? So, but then the way it works for me is this.
Yeah.
I believe that uh, majorly the kind of music we deliver.
Yeah.
If I look at the demography now, I think we relate more with the millennials and the Generation X. That's from age 18 to 50.
Yeah.
You understand? Although, of course, we appeal to every other person too. You understand? But that's like a primary this thing. Now, anything that appeals to them, that can uh, uh, that okay. For instance, if I'm invited to a place now to come and sing, you understand? Sometimes I can go there with the mindset I'm going to sing maybe R&B, and
Okay.
I get there and I see that okay, R&B will not appeal to these people here. You understand? And that's one of the things I thank God for. That okay, by God's grace, I can try other genres too.
Yeah.
So when I get to a place and I see that okay, R&B is not going to work here, you understand? The next thing I'm doing is I'll just tell my guys, I think we're going to have to switch. You understand?
Okay.
So we can just do Akpala.
Hmm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
We can do Akpala, or we can just go for a genre that we know would drive home our point and they can relate with. You understand? So um, I believe that everybody is audience. You understand? I don't have a particular okay. I appeal more to the Tungba people or Alujo people. No, I appeal to everybody. It depends on what the occasion calls for. You understand? So when I get to a place and the occasion calls for, uh, you know, um, just chant. Then I'll just chant and I'll leave. You understand? So I believe that that's it. That way, I appeal to everybody. So everybody is my audience. You understand?
Okay. That's good.
Yes, sir.
Especially because you have been able to also, perfect your craft in all this, you know,
Yes,
area
sir.
as well. Yeah. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
my next question would be, I know every band needs to develop their brand, right?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
so how do you develop your band and how do you market your brand? Yeah. How do you develop the brand and how do you market the brand, to people?
Yeah. One of the things we try to do is that uh, we know we've come to understand the kind of music we do majorly. Of course, essentially the major kind of music I do presently is more of the I call it Tungba Purari. You understand? So it's a fusion of it's a fusion of contemporary
Yeah.
with the African rhythm. Do you
Okay.
understand? Contemporary music, rhythm with the African rhythm. You understand? So I call it for me. I call it Tungba Prairie. You
Okay.
understand? So, uh, so what we do is that we try to make sure that people know us to this particular sound. You understand? One of the ways you can easily, market what you have is people should know you with something.
Yeah.
Do you understand? There are times I've been to places where I've had a pastor approach me and they tell me, I like the kind of music you do. You sing alujo. Some of them will say you sing alujo in a way they can't really explain it. You understand? But it's different. You understand? So that makes me believe that okay,
You
we have a
think
sound
I'll do in a contemporary way.
in a contemporary way. Do you understand? You understand? So sorry, can you give me just one?
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, so now having known that, okay, this is uh what we do, and we have been able to work on it, and we've been able to polish it, and we're still polishing it. So as much as we want to try ourselves on other genre or other styles in this time, we try to focus and drive that out to people so that they will know that okay, this is our identity.
Okay.
Do you understand? And one of the ways you try to do this is, of course, the social media has really been of help too. Nowadays, you understand. So
Yeah.
it is easy for me. I can get something online now, and people in Canada would see it. People in US would see it. You understand. So we try
Yeah.
to push this out. On a regular basis. You understand. And these are one of the ways we try to, market our brand and push it out and be in the face of people too. You understand?
Okay. That's good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to tell our audience and viewers that if you have any question, there's going to be a time for, if you have any question for Tosin Bee, there'll be time to, answer those questions. Yeah, just type them in. And when it is time to answer those questions, we come to them. Okay. Someone is asking here that how do you get lawyer instrumentalists? Okay, we'll answer that question later. How do you get lawyer instrumentalists? So I'm noting it down. We are going to answer that question later. You throw the question to Tosin Bee. So
Yes,
the
sir.
next question that I want to ask you is, in your own opinion, what makes a good band? In your opinion, what can you say? What makes a good band? At least from your experience.
Yeah, I believe that what makes a good band is a band that can give. It is fine. It is okay for you to be able to do the gymnastics and everything. You can do this. You can do that. Understand? But do you appeal to people? You understand? When people invite you, uh, do you? There's an expectation. You understand when you are invited. You understand?
Yeah.
I won't I won't want to go from the perspective of spirituality now, because if I go in that perspective now, that means I'm gonna have to make a twist again. But then when people invite you and you're able to give to them what they've invited you to do, I believe that's the one we can call a good band for me. Do you understand? Because how do you call a band a good one when you are invited and what people expected of you to do, they could not get it from you. You understand? You've not done, even if you are the best in your own bedroom. You understand? As long as you cannot deliver what you've been paid for. Now I'm talking on a general level now.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Now, if I'm invited to come and minister somewhere or sing somewhere, I don't want to use the word minister now, to sing somewhere,
Yeah.
and I get there and I'm unable to deliver. As at that point, you understand, and they provided everything necessary to make sure that I deliver, and I'm still unable to deliver, then I'm not a good band. You understand? So in my own perspective, a good band is the band that gets the job done properly.
Okay.
Do you understand? But the flip side for me is this. When we look at it from the gospel perspective, you understand? You may not necessarily say a good band is the one that gets the job done. You understand? Because sometimes you may think in your own sight that you've done the job properly, and that's not what God has told you to go and do there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand me now. So it is very possible that you're one of the best band out there, and you get on stage, and maybe what they expect you to do is rock, and you get on stage and you're giving them maybe akpala. You understand? Of course, it may not really appeal to them, but if that is what the Holy Spirit is leading you to do,
Yeah.
then you are a good band.
Okay. Okay. So
Do you understand? So
balancing.
exactly in that perspective, so I would say that a good band is the band that leaves a lasting impact on the people after you have delivered whatever you are supposed to deliver. You understand? So
That's wonderful.
that's my summary.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I think it's very important to balance the skills as well with spirituality. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very, very important. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that will lead me to my next question. My next question says, how do you build your band and band presence, both online? So I think it's related to one of the questions I've asked. That how do you build
Yeah,
your
you've asked.
band
Yeah.
and brand presence, both online and offline?
Yeah, online, of course, there are many uh, ways of doing that now. Not even now that COVID-19 has even opened our eyes to a lot of things now,
Yeah.
as in a lot of ways now, you understand? Ways that we actually would never have thought about, you understand?
Yeah.
So, of course, your social media should be well engaged, you understand?
Yeah.
A lot of us, we are on Instagram, we are not using it for the right purpose, you understand? A lot of us are on Facebook, we are not using it for the right purpose, you understand? And these are the ways you can connect with your audience, your people out there, your fans, and and what have you. So your social media should be well worked on such that you can engage with people, out there. You understand? Yeah, if for someone that is just maybe coming up and you don't have so much followers, or what have you, one of the ways you can do this is maybe you do something, maybe you record something like a minute or so, that can you know that can be like that can sell you to people out there. You understand? And if you wanted to go far beyond your, maybe because you have a small number of people, following you at the moment, you can sponsor it. You understand? And it will go way beyond, your present circle. You understand? So, social media, of course, online. There are of course digital platforms to iTunes and all this stuff, such that when people go online, search for your name, there are many things, there are many angles from which they can actually you know get an information about you. Sometimes you can even do some press release about you. The times you grant some interviews, hey, Pastor Jumbo, I greet you, sir. So there are times you can do some interviews, especially when maybe you want to release something, or you want to run a concert or what have you. You understand? You
Yeah.
can run some newspaper, some press release. You understand? And some of these press release, you have to be strategic too. It's not for you to be everywhere. You are doing for this, you are doing for that. You understand? But some key ones. You understand that you know that once you get on those ones, it automatically attracts other people to you too. Do you understand? So nowadays there are so many platforms out there. So except you are the lazy type that does not want to work on your online presence. You understand? There are many platforms out there. So that's one. And of course, offline. For me, I believe that if for someone just starting, money should not be your driving force. Like, okay, you just want to make money. So if you have an opportunity and money is not involved, you don't want to be a part of it. You may not go far if you told that part. Understand? So one of the ways you can increase your visibility offline, of course, is sometimes you can reach out. You can have like a church tour. Do you understand? You can have like a church tour. Reach out to some churches, but make sure that if you are going to organize something like that, it is something that you've done your own work very well. You've rehearsed very well. You've done your assignment, such that for every platform you jump on, you understand, you deliver very well. Because this thing has a spiral effect. If you deliver very well on this particular platform, they can refer you to other churches to you can bring him, you can bring her, you can. But if you mess that platform up, you understand, of course, you know the impacts too. You understand? So so you must have done your own work, and at the same time, I will still have this to it that at the end of the day, it is still a God factor. I know we all want to be on big platforms, want to be heard. You want to operate on a global platform and what have you. At the end of the day, I think everything is still in God's hands. You understand? Sometimes it could be that where God has called you is just to operate within maybe just within Lagos State. You understand? Because sometimes we look at our friends or colleagues and we are sad that, okay, maybe you think your ministry is not thriving because your friend or your colleague is going global and you're just in Lagos. You understand? And you think your ministry is not thriving. You understand? But the way God does his own thing is quite different from the way we see things. You understand? God may probably have called you for just Lagos State alone. You understand? And you would be doing so if you can concentrate your energy on that assignment. You'll be making so much impact like that person that has gone everywhere.
That's true.
Do you understand? So it's about you knowing, okay, what assignment God has placed in your hand. Do you understand? What assignment God has given you, and doing it with all diligence. Don't get yourself distracted by, okay, I started since year 2000, and somebody that started in 2019, he has gone global, and me, I'm still here. That person that you think has gone global, you understand, it may not even be making so much impact like you're making where you are, but because you are trying to compare yourself with that person, you will lose track of your own assignment, and you'll be failing God.
That's true. That's absolutely correct.
Do you understand? So it is very, very important. So as much as you are making efforts to get yourself out there, making efforts to, and this thing doesn't come cheap. I must say that a lot of music ministers, gospel artists generally, we don't like to spend. We don't like to spend, and to get yourself out there, you have to spend. You have to spend on your, craft. You have to put effort. Rehearsing alone is a lot of money. You understand? Serious rehearsal is a lot of money. I saw somebody ask that how do you get a committed team? You understand? You understand? It takes a lot too. So it doesn't come cheap. You want a committed team, but you're not ready to put in effort in terms of finance and what have you. You understand? And one thing I've come to discover is this. Sometimes you may not even be the one to go out there to look for the team. When people see that there is an excellence in you, there's a way you do your things excellently, they want to be associated with you.
That's true.
Do you understand? When they see that, okay, this guy, I like the way you do your stuff. I like the way you, when for every time you throw out something, they see something unusual, something unique about you. I have a lot of people that are with me. A lot of them reached out to me. I didn't place it out there that I'm looking for a social person. A lot of people reached out to me by God's grace with every sense of humility that they would like to work with me. Do you understand? Because they saw something. Do you understand? So for every time, for anything you want to do, you understand, make sure you are doing it, and doing it excellently. It is very, very important. Don't let me talk too much, sir.
No, your points are very valid. There was a time I was studying the scripture and I read about, I was looking at Noah and I was just interpreting, that calling of Noah. I said, if Noah were to be a pastor at that point in time, you might think he didn't have a calling.
Exactly. My Oga, Pastor Opeyemi Abayomi. You want to join my team? That's one of my Ogas, Opeyemi Abayomi. You should have him on your.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for joining.
Those are my UK connects.
Okay. Thank you so much
Fantastic.
for joining. Thank you, Mr. Opeyemi Abayomi. Okay. So, I said I was studying, Noah. I said, if Noah were to be a pastor, if it was be some pastor, today, and God called them, and they preach and preach and preach and preach and preach.
Exactly.
Build the hack,
Exactly.
did put all the efforts. And then some might think they don't have any calling from God.
Exactly.
In my back, I was
Exactly.
like, I'm not coming. Why is it that it's only 7 people, attending my church? You build the church,
Exactly.
build the hack.
And look at just that thing that Noah did. You understand?
Yeah.
Check out the impact.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You can't create any other. You can't say the impact Paul had is bigger than what Noah.
Yeah.
The impact Noah had. You understand?
Yeah.
So if you can stay in your lane, I don't know what the parameters we use in measuring impact, anyways. You understand? But if you can just stay, in your lane, you're making impact too.
Yeah.
Just focus on your assignment and
even another example to buttress that, or the guys with talent. One was given 5, one was given 3,
exactly.
one was given 1. And the way God was measuring their performances, at least did you use the 1 that was given to you? Did you use the 2? Did you use the 5? So we don't need to envy someone who has 5 talents. If you have 2, you understand, use it. It made just 2 more, and God still credited them. The guy with 5 made 5 more, but the one with 1, maybe he was trying to envy others that this guy, he has gone to America, he has gone to Dubai, he has done this, and now buried his own talent.
He now buried his own talent.
So that's a very valid point. That's a very point, and I hope everybody will learn that. Our time is actually becoming fast spent. We have like 7 minutes more. Yeah. So I still have some questions to ask. I hope the time will be able to cover, but I just want to tell the people that if the time does not really cover, the few questions that we have left, we take like 5 minutes break and we come back. So just letting you know. So
okay, can we do this, sir?
Okay.
Can we use this time to log out? I just want to really settle something now. So can we just log out now? Then I'll be back in like 5 minutes. You understand? So we can just continue. Just sort out some things here.
Okay, that was interesting. Okay, so thank you so much, viewers. We are going to bring Tosin Bee back in the next 5 minutes. Thank you very much for watching. So keep watching. This is Woodclef platform, and we do this music business intelligence on a regular basis. Bring music veterans in the industry that are doing well to learn from their wealth of experience. The Bible is, this is not the Bible, sorry. There is a saying that a tree do not make a forest. And the point is that you can learn from the experience of others. You don't need to fall into the same pit that others are falling into. Some people used to say experience is the best teacher, but me, I say knowledge is the best teacher. Don't go through the experience and learn it for 10 years when you can learn it from those who have gone through that path. You understand? Yeah. So see you in the next 5 minutes. Thank you, Tosin Bee. We'll bring you up again. Thank you. And
all right, guys. I'll be back in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, guys. I'll be back. Yeah.